Hi guys, welcome back to Leo's channel. Hi kittens, I'm back with another Sims 3 build video. This time I decided to do the let me see, the Castor, if I'm saying that right, household. I decided to do a pre-made families household. I do that a lot outside of making videos, so this is going to be my second house that I'm making for this video. This speed build is kind of quick, and I apologize for that if it's going by too fast. Trust me, it will start to slow down eventually, but I'm lying, it probably won't slow down eventually. I had to make it fast because believe it or not, this whole thing took 4 hours and I had to make it into at least 30 minutes. I got barely 40, so we're working with something, okay? I try not to bore you guys and making my videos too long. Even when I'm just sitting and talking at the camera face to face, just talking about my life, like, time be flying. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already an hour. So I try to shorten up stuff to make it, you know, like less long, but you know, there's people out there that like to listen to things while they're cleaning up their room, just having like a palette cleanser in the background when they're not, you know, into drama and stuff. Is that me? Because that's me, okay? I like having palette cleansers, okay? I don't know if it's just me, but lately, I don't know if it's the energy in the air. I'm just feeling stressed, okay? I have nothing really to stress about, but I feel like I'm listening to a lot of heavy music, a lot of things that's going on in America right now, everything that's just going on in the world. It's just getting to me, okay? So lately I've been watching other people build houses, real life houses. I've been watching other people do Sims builds as well, and just basically just trying to like be like, oh my god, wholesomeness, I need that in my life, okay? I don't need drama, okay? I do like watching drama shows, okay? Like, well, I wouldn't say Maury, I like watching the Karamo show or stuff like that, but honestly, like, sometimes it's like you can feel their energy, and I'm not a spiritualist or anything, but like, it's just sometimes people's negative energy just latches onto you, and even if you have nothing going on in your life, you start to stress about the little things. So like, personally for me, I like palette cleanser videos. Like, I like to watch anime. I like to watch things that just calm my mind, and then I'll even switch the type of music that I listen to up. I might listen to heavy metal on the regular, rock music, heavy, you know, rap music, and then I'm just like, you know what? I want to listen to Mariah Carey. I want to listen to the Duck song again. I need to relive my childhood. Annie waddled away. But, you know, just to kind of calm and put my mind at ease. So, excuse the little rant. But let me go back to talking about the history of this household. Not the history, but about these people that I'm building for. For the style of the home, I believe it was like made for like the 1950s. They said it was the perfect 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It's still a 3-bedroom, and it is still technically a 3-bath, so I kept that. It's the perfect house to film a 1950s, I can't read, I guess sectum in? Ooh, I'm probably not saying that right. Excuse me, I'm dyslexic, okay? I took pictures of what they had in detail about this house because I knew I was going to forget. This is a perfect spacious home, ideal for a nuclear family, or at least a family of a nuclear age. And basically, from what I remember when I used to play this like back in the day when I barely read, like, I don't know if it's just me, but I would never read anything about the families I was playing. I would just basically just play. I'm like, oh, they look good, let me just play them in my little kid brain, okay? I didn't care to read about the history until I got a little older, and I was like, oh, they got stuff to read about, let me read about it. And girl, that's when I learned that the Sims have some drama. Like, I was like, I can't believe my dumb self decided to just not read what was going on in this world. I was just playing just to play, but the tea was piping hot, and once I discovered that The Sims had some tea, I started looking up on YouTube, the internet, other things that was going on, because there was so much to keep up with. I couldn't just play them all. I need to know all of them. I need somebody to go in detail about the, you know, the tea in The Sims. But unfortunately, with this family that I'm building for, they don't really have much going on. It's just the typical teenager type stuff, pretty much. For what I've read so far, let me start off with the husband, okay? Let me start off with the husband, Robert Castor. It says that Mr. Castor believes in traditional family values, hard work, strict rules, and a plate full of hot food ready for him when he walks in the door. How will his young children feel about his values as they grow into the modern world? See, this is an old-fashioned type family, and I could figure, because like this town is very old-fashioned. It's giving very much so countryside, hillbilly, and I like it. Okay, I'm from the country. This gives me comfort, but it is very giving much so old town. So I tried when building this home to keep that, because I already knew, playing this family before, this is how they were. They liked the retro type old thing. So I try to keep it as less modern as possible. Okay, that was a struggle, because literally most of the Sims build has modern stuff in it, maybe a couple more old things. I mean, this game was built back in the day, but I have more flat screen TVs than a what do they call, RCV or what? It's been so long I forgot what those big heavy TVs are called now. Well, anyways, let's move on to the mother. I hope I took a picture of hers. Yeah, her name is Beverly Castor. Beverly follows the same family traditional values as her husband believes in: a tidy house, family dinners, and early bedtime for her children. Maybe add a little book club time too. So I made sure to put a lot of bookshelves and books in there. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know. I was just building stuff to, you know, fill in space, but now I know, okay, and it's already built, so it don't even matter. Both of the parents don't get along with their oldest son, Jeffrey Castor. It says being an older brother is hard, especially when your younger brother is Thomas. Try as he might to be a good role model, Jeffrey is sometimes a bit too cool for school. Not with that haircut. Anyways, so yeah, I honestly thought they would like lean in more into this, like making him a rebel, writing more. That's why I said there's not really too much drama into it. Like the oldest son, Jeffrey, he don't get along with nobody, but he does got himself a little boo thing. I think her name was Chase Bayless. Chase Bayless. Did I write that? I could have swore I did. Well, I'm hoping I got that right, because apparently I didn't do my due diligence in like making sure I got her name. Moving on to Thomas, what we just mentioned. Thomas. Where's Thomas at? Little Thomas always tries his best to mind his parents' rules, but despite his good intentions, he often ends up finding himself in some sort of trouble. So this family is very strict, okay? They ain't lighting up on nobody at all. So yeah, that's the family. And once I learn how to edit more, I'll probably, you know, throw up pictures in the middle of the video, but towards the end of the video I will throw a picture up of the family, so you can, you know, have a picture in mind of who I'm talking about and who is this house being built for. So it's a family of 4. They do have a dog. If you have the Sims pets, sometimes when you're playing the Sims, they randomly get a pet if you leave the house for 2 seconds, and you're just like, where did this come from? We don't know, but they got a dog. I thought it was a cat, it was so tiny. But that they have a little puppy in the house. It's a family of 4, a mom, a dad, and 2 sons. So this is the house we're building for, and I tried to make it feel as like, ooh, my bad, I done yeeted my phone. This is why my phone is cracked. Anyways, I try to make it as cozy as possible, like somebody lives here and actually likes their house. I have a bad habit of decorating dark. Okay, I am a like my soul is dark, everything about me is dark, so is my skin, and I just have a bad habit of doing the same thing with my builds. And so I do challenge myself. When I started this years ago, before I figured out how to make videos, because at one point all my houses started to look the same, so I'm pretty sure as other Sims builders, they've gone through the same thing where their houses start to look the same. And so I had to kind of grow out of that, and that's like when I really started reading all the people I was building for, their backgrounds, their styles, their colors, their everything, because I wanted to incorporate that and kind of like instill the fact that, okay, these people have their own style, their individualism, and it's not all about me, the creator, the person that's not in the game. So I challenged myself to do that, and it worked out in my favor. Now, as this build starts to keep going on, I'm gonna talk more and more about what was in my mindset the entire time. And I probably usually will always say that I actually had a plan in going into this build, but certain parts, as I added more walls and just more room space, I had no idea what I was doing. At first I did it because I was like, yeah, I like this. But then once it came down to the yeah, what are you gonna put in here, I was like, So it took some thought into it. I had a lot of struggles along the way, and I tried to hide my struggles. Like, for instance, this was just not clicking. Like, you know how it just automatically turns? It wasn't. So I said, you know what, forget it, I'll just add another one, they won't think of a thing. And it actually didn't look half bad, to be honest. It looked like it went together. So some of these things I have downloaded for free, custom content. So for this build, I specifically knew I was going to build something that was from the 1950s. So I went to go download some of this stuff from no promotion, okay, they ain't paying me, but yeah, I went to go download that for free, and to add on to this build. So everything kind of mashed up. There is still another way you can do this without custom content. I think, you know, finding ways to do that, and maybe I will challenge myself in another video to make home no custom content, just the original Sims once you first download it, and still make it look good. But custom content does help out a lot, especially when you're looking at something and you're like, it needs a little como se dice, I don't know Spanish, a spice, you know, it needs a little bit of this and that. And sometimes when you just have the original contents of, you know, like objects, furniture, you just can't add that, okay? So you might have to improvise versus custom content. You get the gist. So this took me a long time to build, because I don't go into it knowing like, oh yeah, I know where I'm gonna put things. I know there's some builders I've watched before, they have everything set up in that room already, where they're like, okay, the furniture is already there, the objects I'm gonna put in there is already there, all I need to do is just set everything up. And honestly, I like that idea, and I did end up using that idea in the video later on, because I started to notice I was taking a very long time figuring out what I want to do and where to put things. So I decided, you know what, I had to kind of take a break for the video for a second of filming and just kind of figuring that out, finding things that I needed, and just, you know, re-record, like start recording again and just putting it all together again. So it just made it a little bit easier, because building is hard, okay? It is hard, despite that I've been doing this for years. It is extremely hard. As builders, you start to kind of get repetitive on your builds, because you just want, like, if there's an empty space, you just want to fill that empty space. And oh, this is a trick that I learned from another builder, to kind of like, and I saw that she did this, and I was like, oh my god, that is so cool. And it looks tacky, I know it looks tacky, but trust the process. It looks good, okay? Yeah, like, building is hard, guys. It is not easy. I am one of those builders that I'm not good at building houses. I'm not good at building the house itself. So I guess you could say I'm an interior designer, okay? I can, once the house is built, I might change the color of it. I might add a little wall here or two. I ain't doing too much though. If you notice, I didn't change really much at all about the house, nor did I did the last video. Just the inside of it, and that was pretty much it. I think in the last video I just added a back porch. I just added some, and also some railings, and that was pretty much it. I didn't do too much unless it's really needed to. Like I did in one of the houses, I had to kind of add a little bit more because it was a little run down, but besides that, it's just not my forte at all. I like to focus on the inside for the most part. So yeah, I was trying to figure out here what to do with that corner. I decided just to add that, like, every corner, because this room is a very big space and I just didn't know what to do with each corner. I don't like leaving corners bare because this is a home where family lives in. There's kids in here, so it's just weird to have a lot of bare spaces. And some people can make it work. For me, the only time I can leave a space bare like this, or very, very, very minimalist, is it's a rich home. And clearly they have money, okay? They have money, but this gives off, this house was passed down to me, because they're very much so sticking with the time. So it wouldn't make sense for a house like this to be modern, like, you know, Kim Kardashian modern, when they're sticking to the 1950s. And clutter is in, okay? Funky colors, it all is in. And off topic, but speaking of the couches, there was one girl I was watching her video. She was talking about how, like, she likes building her homes when it's like a, you know, family homes where everything is mixed match, ugly furniture. How she was talking about, you know, some families, most families, they don't, you know how to, you know, decorate. They don't know how, they always have ugly furniture in the home. Your family might have a drawer that's wooden and the next drawer is, I don't know, pastel, dark wood and pastel, or just mixed colors. And I agree with her. So I tried to, you know, implement that a bit, but the couches are the same, just slightly different. Maybe a chair off to the side here, just to fill in space. I just noticed as I'm watching this build, I left that corner dark. Well, it's whatever, it's finished. I ain't going back. This took me hours to do. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm a professional rambler. I'm trying to fill up space. I'm trying to fill up as much space as I can and make this space look amazing. I'm definitely taking my time here on this build because there's only so much I could say about this living room space. But I will say, towards the end, when I started to take photos of this space, it looked amazing. Like, because it was hard to get myself to love it, because I'm like, I like it, it's growing on me, but I feel like I should add more. And sometimes I need to learn when to tell myself to stop, and that is fine the way it looks. Yeah, added some pillows, tried to kind of get everything mixed match, not everything matched too much. I'm just ready to move on. I'm at this corner for a long time. See, so I say, you guys, it took me a long time to do this build. But anyways, I had to go and speed up the process, because there's not much I can really say about this, other than me trying to figure out what to do with this space. It was extremely hard. It really was, trying to fill out every corner, every little space. I try to keep with the times, but you guys can tell me how I did in the comments. But besides that, how you guys doing? How's everything been going? Like, I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope everybody is feeling at peace right now and is just doing whatever they can, feeling calm, maybe meditating a little bit, just to relax, because we all need this. If you don't play Sims, which I'm pretty sure most people watching this video do, but if not, and you're just here to watch, like, I definitely recommend downloading it yourself, maybe taking inspiration from me or other people, and just enjoying the watch, enjoying the view, enjoying the builds, and do your own builds. It's very therapeutic. And if you don't want to build and it's not your forte, heck, play the characters, okay? There's so much to do in The Sims 3, and let's talk about it, because speaking of Sims, I will never, and I'm saying this right now, I will never play The Sims 4. I have The Sims 4. I've played it. The most I could play is like a couple hours, but because I'm so used to The Sims 3, it is hard for me to kind of like mentally get used to it. I cannot. Like, the way the mouse moves, like, I feel like my control is restricted. And everything. And also, one thing I don't like, they don't have pre-made Sims. Like, I still have like the first thing, the first the base game. I have the base game. That's all I have. And I learned that you have to like buy other expansion packs to do more in the game, to just basically play it like you could in The Sims 3. And I thought that was ridiculous. I was trying to figure out so badly what to do, how to entertain myself. Literally, all my Sims did was just play the computer all day. And I made them have a kid just to have something to do, like already built. And they just let the kid outside. I'm like, you ain't even gonna put him in the crib? Like, your baby here, ma'am. And I will say, like, it was just, I don't have a lot of freedom in The Sims 4. Like, in The Sims 4, I just felt like I was lost in the cage with just minimal to do. I would say if you are just playing The Sims 4 for your first time, you might not feel that way. It just might feel like another game to play. You're already adjusted to it. And I'm pretty sure some people who play The Sims 2, 1, or 3 have already adjusted to The Sims 4 as well. But it's just, I'm so used to the creative freedom in Sims 3, and just be able to just go and do what I want with no restrictions, and like the camera angles, how I play the game. I just love it way better. But I will say that the Sims build is, some of the stuff is way better than the Sims 3, but that's pretty much it. I'm sorry, that's just pretty much it. Like, I just felt too restricted when building. I didn't understand the builds. I felt like everything was just extra complicated. I had to do like 1 in a million steps just to build a home. And also, not just that, but just to make a character. I don't like when you start off with the game, you immediately have to make a character. Immediately. Like, there was no, oh, give it time, maybe fill the game out, and then here, you can try making your own character. Like, immediately making a character. And I know, like, was it Sims 1? I could be wrong. That happens too, or Sims 2. But it's just like, the difference was, it was just straightforward in those games. Straightforward. You didn't spend all day trying to create a character. In Sims 4, I felt like I spent like literally half of the game creating my characters, and it was just like, what are the pronouns, how do they walk, okay, what do they don't like, what do they hate and love, also what are their personalities, what's their taste buds like, what are their fate, do they like spicy, are they a spicy girl or a sweet girl, pick one. And I'm just like, I don't care, I just want to play. Like it was a lot, it was stressful, it was so stressful trying to play the game. Like, it was just so complicated for no reason. Like, I just want to play. I don't want to think about all that. And I mean, some of the things I did think was pretty cool, but then it went into like trying to pick clothes for my sim, and it was just like, oh, do you want your sim, cause for my male sim, dressed like a fem boy or this, that, the third. And I'm just like, I just want him to have clothes. Is that okay? like it was so much, and I was struggling to take some things off that was already pre-made into the game. It was just a lot of steps just to create a sim, and I feel like, I'm sorry, I'm a Sims 4 hater. I don't like it. I cannot stand it. And back when everybody was like, when Sims 4 was fresh and new, everybody was just dogging on Sims 3, talking about some Sims 3 could never, Sims 3 could never. I said, excuse me? Like, once I started playing it myself, I was defending Sims 3 hard. I've been a loyal Sims 3 player. I ain't never ever stepped out on Sims 3. Ever stepped out on Sims 3. And it's funny now, because all those videos I saw, everybody just stomping on Sims 3. Sims 3 was holding themselves up, okay? They were holding themselves up. Everybody just Sims 4, ew, Sims 3. I guess the only thing that's good about Sims 3 is their color wheel. Besides that, Sims 3 is booty. I was like, oh, okay, well, you stay over there. You want to play your Sims 4? Play your Sims 4. Keep spending all your money on trying to play the Sims 4 like a normal person. Oh, you just got babies, but no cribs? Well, you better go and buy that content to get a crib. Like I was loyal, okay? I was loyal. And now I see videos of people just loving on the Sims 3, just being like, oh my gosh, we are so tired of Sims 4. Like, they are just, I said, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it no more. You are a Sims 4 lover. Stay a Sims 4 lover. I don't want to hear it no more. You have no right to even show your face here anymore. How dare you? That's how I felt, and I still feel that way. And I side eye. I give a heavy side eye, because some of those YouTubers that I watched that was just going in on Sims 3 in a bad way, all of a sudden are making videos like, play Sims 3 for the first time. And I'm like, you didn't even play it? You didn't even play Sims 3? And you have the nerve to open your flappy gums and talk smack? The audacity. Sorry, I'm very passionate about this, because the hate Sims 3 was getting was out of this world. Out of this world. I couldn't believe it. I'm over here wingmilling, fighting hard, and look, I'm still over here, and look at everybody trying to crawl back over here. I didn't forget. You stay over there with your Sim 4. But yeah, we all never, that, sorry. All that to say, you will never catch me trying to build on the Sims 4 unless I was asked to, like 100 times. Then I'll be like, let me try to build on the Sims 4, and that would be my last time trying to do that, okay? I wouldn't do that again. But yeah, so Sims 3 all the way, and I'm happy I'm seeing more people build on the Sims 3. I mean, I do see a lot more people building on the Sims 4, which I understand, because the builds, they look better. I will give y'all that. The builds look way better. Y'all can do much more. And I was so jealous, because on the Sims 4, like, I've always wanted a pool. Like, sometimes I don't want a pool that's like on the ground. Like, I want it raised up, like those portable pools. Is that what it's called? Or an inflatable pool. Like, I always wanted that in the Sims 3. And I tried to see if I can, and I'm pretty sure that it's out there somewhere, but I tried to download it, try to see if I can find it, and I just could not. And I tried to make one on my own, where you kind of just like make a deck, not a deck, but a porch, and you put a water in that porch, and I mean that's kind of like one, but it's just like it just don't hit the same. Ooh, I just want an inflatable pool in my backyard. Like, I want to be cheap. Anyways, back to the video and my builds. I was just a rant. As you can see, I notice as I'm looking at this as well, I do have those little white lines that's on the ground. If you're wondering what that is the window. That is the large window that is downstairs in the dining room that's just peeping upstairs, and I cover that with a rug. I do find that annoying, but it does happen, and it only happens because, like, if you are putting huge windows up, and it's just easier to hide when there's already another wall on top of that. But there wasn't, because I didn't change the house. And this bathroom, this is out of the rest of the house, this is my favorite bathroom. I love the bathroom. I kept the wallpaper from the original home before I like changed all the colors, because I liked that wallpaper, and I was like, oh, that can be like the kids' bathroom. Like, it's spaceships, stars, it's cute, it's blue, they're boys, it just goes together. So I tried to make like a shower curtain, a makeshift shower curtain, but it just wasn't going how I wanted it to go. But I wasn't gonna fight it any longer, okay? It's The Sims 3. You can only do so much fighting. And I just moved on. This space, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know what to do with it. I did not know what to do with this space. I did not know what I had in mind. At first, I was gonna make this like a game room, and I changed my mind. I changed my mind on making it a game room because I remembered that I have a basement. I almost forgot I had a basement. So I was trying to put this pool table up, and like, I'm like thinking, oh, what I'm gonna put around this pool table. Let me like, I was trying to see if I had like the sticks for the pool table. I don't. And so when I realized that I didn't, I just abandoned the idea of putting a pool table up here, and I decided just to put like a storage area instead, because I just did not know what to do with the space. And if y'all know me, and y'all don't, I don't like having like this huge space of nothingness. But I realized like not everything needs to be clutter, and I'm just gonna keep fighting that, okay? Like I'm trying to fight that mentally. Like, not everything needs to be cluttered. I see empty space, I gotta cover empty space, okay? That's how my mind works. Even though I'm like, just because I see empty space don't mean I gotta cover empty space. Sometimes empty space is nice, it's easier to clean, okay? So I moved on to the basement to put the pool table at, and then I decided to put like a bar here, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't know where else to put. Like, I was gonna do a theater, but I'm like, nah, they got enough TVs. And then I'm like, oh my god, they had a fireplace down here originally. Do I want another one? No, that's a fire hazard for my Sims, and my Sims is always burning up stuff. So no, y'all don't get a fireplace, you get a bar. They're gonna like it anyways. But yeah, I decided just to put a bar down here, and I could have put a TV down here. I didn't at all. I didn't even think about it. They got enough TVs. I'll just be like, oh, this is like the boys, like if the dad Robert, have his boys come down in the basement, they'll drink and chat. I mean, I got them a stereo. Shoot, it's TV at home. You listen to a stereo, chit chat, play pool, maybe work out, drink, alcoholics, drink and be satisfied. I got them darts, they can entertain themselves. Or, walk the treadmill. Dad bods might need it, No hate. But I try to keep it, as 1950s as possible. And clearly I wasn't born in 1950s, so 1950s as possible. Yeah, I really didn't know what to do with this space. I have really not much to say with this space at all, because I was just trying to fill in space, trying to make it like a game room. I thought about putting a drum set down there. Forgot about it. For the oldest son. I was like, I'm gonna make him play drums. But I didn't look up his personality. Turns out he's evil. So drums would have been fitting because, you know, a lot of noise. I went to the little boy's room for Thomas, and I decided to do his room up and just kind of make it like a kid's room. I like to match, so everything matches. Try to add a little bit of art here for kids. Originally, this was going to be the older brother's room, but as I was building it, it just somehow just became the little brother's room, and the little brother's room became the older brother's room. And honestly, it makes sense. I mean, most older kids, they like a bigger room, but there's some that don't like a bigger room. I was one of those kids that I did not care for a huge room like most people do. I was okay with having a tiny room. It was less to clean, and like I said earlier, I'm that type of person where if I see space, I gotta cover space, and that's basically what I did with my room, my house before. I had a big old room. All I did was cover it. I covered it with tapestries. I covered it with a bookshelf. I covered it with a TV, like a desk, everything, you named it. I even bought an extra closet outside, like just to cover space. I didn't need it, but I did it. Like I just kept covering and covering and covering to the point where I made a mess of my room, and I had to clean all that. So then I had to throw away stuff. It's probably just the hoarder in me that's passed down for generations, but enough about me. This is the bathroom. When I started to change the colors for it and just make it all match, it's just beautiful. Sorry. I didn't add any rugs to the bathrooms, and it's something I should have done to make it all come together, but I'll be honest, to this point I was so tired and just kind of like a little bit over this build. And also I was watching the Netflix series Evil while building this whole thing. I finished it at this point. Why don't they just put out the entire season? Like, what are we waiting for? Like, oh, like I already know that season 4 is out, but Netflix like literally took like a year to put out season 3, and then they're like, I guess you're gonna have to wait for season 4. I'm like, if you don't put the whole thing out, what am I paying for? So yeah, like I guess I gotta wait, or if I want to get Amazon Prime to watch season 4, but I'm tired of paying these people just to watch one show. I don't even want to watch the whole thing. It's just for one show. And then I gotta cancel the whole thing. It's just complicated. It's just like, okay, if I'm paying for this and you know the whole season's out, just put the whole season out. Good lord. How me bounce to place to place to place. Like, I'm tired of doing that. Anyways, this build is almost done, and I don't know if you guys like hearing me ramble, or if you just want, I can always just put up the video where it's just like the build and I'm not speaking or anything. So, I mean, y'all can always say, if, you know, like, girl, you are speaking too much. Like, we heard enough of you. Just play the video. Let's watch the vid, not listen to you speak. I can always do that. You know, just let me know. Or I could just keep talking. You let me yap, I will. And yeah, this was pretty much it. I think I added the car, and I know I didn't show it in this video, but I did have to add a little few touches that I forgot about, but y'all see towards the end. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe, and I'll try to make as much videos as I can. No promises. Alright, enjoy the rest of the video.